So these are the less glamorous moments of living in my car. I've been crying for like 15 minutes. I can't even look at myself. I've been crying for like 15 minutes. I don't know when it's gonna stop because I cry every day. I think about my kids, like, my oldest asked me to send something to his sister. He picked something on Amazon and asked me to write a message that he misses her. And she's constantly asking for the youngest one. And I can't fix it. I can't fix it right now. I'm powerless feeling. Powerless. I got off my night shift and I was asleep, but I got a message from my daughter's dad that it's picture day. And all the way from here, I was coordinating getting her hair done and paying for it. You don't even know what I'm going through. But I would never let my child go without, even from here. That's what a real parent does. I just want all y'all to know what a real parent does. They find a way. Fuck all that. Child support, blah, 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 whatever. I'll pay on top of that. I don't give a fuck. My kids are most important to me. These niggas are bitches. The youngest child found out his father put a petition in the court for custody. Before I dropped my child off that fateful day in June, that man hadn't seen him since December 9th, 2017. We're talking June 2019. You have the audacity to try to take my child from me because you set up some child care and took him to the doctor a couple times. The amount of times he took him to the doctor, I've taken him to the doctor in 1 week. Fuck this shit. Fuck these niggas. And I'm like legit scared I could possibly lose my child to this piece of shit. My fault. My fault. Today is September 18th. It's like 10 something in the morning. This shit sucks. This shit sucks. Fuck sleeping in a car. Fuck working all these long hours. Fuck all of it. The worst part is my kids being away from each other and me.
Hey, what's up? It's been a few weeks, and actually I don't have much intention to continue this channel anymore. I've been led in a direction that I haven't even began yet, and I'm not even 100% sure yet. I haven't been given enough confirmation to know what, like I've been led to do something, but it doesn't necessarily mean that that's like what I'm supposed to do. So I'm waiting on some more confirmation in regards to that. But I'm here today because moon cycles are always great for my learning capacity. Okay, like I'm constantly in a state of learning, but from new moon to full moon, tonight is a full moon, there's always something that I learn or master. Okay, so right before the full moon or new moon, I had a few things happen. Okay, I had a lunar return, I had a solar lunar arc, and I had a new moon all in the same week. This was a lot for my energy, and we've discussed my placements. I actually move with the moon, so I have a tendency to wane when the moon is waning, and I have a tendency to strengthen when the moon is waxing. Okay, so in those 3 days, I found myself extremely moved, extremely depressed, and extremely like a feeling of inadequacy. And it was okay. As soon as I saw that what the moon phases were going, what was going on with the moon, I'm like, oh, okay, this is what that is. There's something going on. Because it's not that is not consistent. But if I am in that state, that's what's going on. It's a waning moon. Okay, I tend to get really sad during waning moons. I was born on a waning moon. Anyways, the specific thing that was bothering me was in regards to my children, and like my strength and endurance in regards to the situation. With not having it being righted, it has caused me to feel like there's something I'm not doing right, even though there are consistent confirmations within my daily life, within the universe and things that tell me that I am right and I'm okay. And it still doesn't stop those moments of doubt from seeping in from time to time. And when it happens, it's usually when the moon is waning. Okay, so I had to work through those feelings, and I did feel better realizing, okay, this is just the moon cycle, and you actually are, you're okay. Right? But that means that was something that I was going to have to work on. Why do you feel like this is on you? And so this message is going to go to the community. There is someone right now that is dealing with something very similar, aligns very similar to my situation. And what I noticed in their comments is all the other women, specifically women who are dealing with this situation. Okay. If you have children within my children's generation or age group, they have a specific placement. Certain, okay, I'll give you an example using mine. I'm not going to reveal their charts, okay? But everyone in my generation has Mars in the 8th house. The only difference would be the sign that is occupying the house at that time. So for me, that's Aquarius and Mars in the 8th house, right? Everyone in my generation has Pluto in Scorpio. The only differences between us, there's going to be the house placement, or like if it's in retrograde or not, right? So I'm born in retrograde, but my friend, she also has Pluto in Scorpio, and hers is not retrograde, and hers is in a different house, okay? Because it's based on how often that planet moves through the houses, or how often that planet moves through the zodiac, right? Those are going to be different for everyone. But if you're in a particular generation, you will have a placement that everyone in your generation has, okay? More confirmation about this a couple days ago, I had mentioned something about having 3 children and 3 fathers on a platform like not well YouTube. I primarily function on YouTube, and I was heavily attacked, stating that I was the problem and my children are going to suffer as a result of absent fathers. Now, as we see right now, 2 out of 3 children have active fathers, right? Here's what I was researching my children's placement. There was a placement that I noticed. Oh God, let's get a little further back. Someone contacted me and said they saw a dragonfly, and I had read an article about dragonflies literally the day before. I was like, oh, this article is for you. Let me go ahead and give you this article. Well, when I was reading through that article again, because I haven't seen a dragonfly in a year, there's a park down here, the kids used to call it Dragonfly Park because there were so many dragonflies out there, right? But I haven't seen dragonflies since, so I knew, okay, I read that's for you. But then, as I'm scrolling down, it has multiple articles, and another one had to do with that particular placement. So, my kids have that placement. Let me look at this placement here. The older 2. Aaron does not have it. Okay, Aaron doesn't have that placement at all. He has a really stellar placement in regards to that. But back to the point, when I went to go research this placement, it said that a person with this placement will have to understand and learn. Their karmic lesson is to learn about having an emotional, unavailable parent or an absent parent, specifically a father. So for those women who possibly have lost custody of their children to someone that you know is not in the best interest of the children, you know that you were an appropriate parent. It is because they have a past life lesson in regards to absent fathers, whether that be emotionally or physically, and knowing the difference. Over the course of time with my children, back in the day, I felt like my children valued their father's word more, and especially for my son. And to see him come to me now for advice, to come to me when he's feeling down, I know that he has now learned that lesson. My daughter, she learned it immediately, right? Oh wait, I was wrong. Mom, you love me. Yes, I do. And that's not to say that their fathers don't. It's about their fathers, their own lessons, right? So learning how to properly display love, etc., etc. So the day before finding this out is when I was in disagreement with someone about absent fathers, because what our society has done, and even this is how they veil the truth. The truth can be used as a veil of deceit. So the topic is always absent fathers, but what actually happens when absent fathers, when fathers go absent, is that a mother is forced into covert emotional incest. That's the truth. Okay, yes, there is an issue with absent fathers, but the actual issue is what happens to the mother when that father leaves, which actually is causing the damage. And I know that to be true because I was raised with a mother and a father, yet I still have all the symptoms of people who have absent fathers. If it was about absent fathers, that wouldn't be the issue. It would be, if it was about absent fathers, that it wouldn't be the case that I experienced those things. Right? So I say all of this to say, if you are a parent who has been wrongfully separated from your children, and your children fall in line with the generation of my children, they likely have that same lesson, and this actually has nothing to do with you. Like all this time that I was feeling sad and feeling upset and wronged, in the grand scheme of things, that was actually my children's path, a lesson that they had to learn, and it had nothing to do with me at all. Same for you. Y'all have a great day.